Hello guys, welcome back. So now from this session onwards, our practical classes are going to be started. Okay, this is our first practical session, and today onwards, from this session onwards, our configurations are going to be started. We have to start, we have to configure this SAP. Okay, so if you are able to remember in the previous session what I said, okay, so let's suppose, so we have to do implementations, right? In a particular organization. I have quoted the example of Tata Motor. Okay? It could be any organizations. Okay. Now, so what is happening? Initially, like as I said, like a project manager is going to be appointed. Project manager is going to build a team, right? Okay. Now, so these things that is happening in first phase, right? In second phase, what is happening? We are going to have a discussion with the client, okay, and then we have to prepare the blueprint. Okay. So based on the blueprint, what is happening, guys? Then after, we have to start configurations. We have to configure the SAP, right? So that Tata Motor will be able to use this SAP for their day-to-day activities in their organization, right? So now let's suppose, so those phases like whatever this project manager appointment and in this is first phase and second phase, right? Let's suppose that is gone. Now we have entered in the third phase, right? Because practically, if you talk about project manager appointment with team building and all, that is going to happen only in real time itself. It is not in our hand. If you talk about the blueprint preparations and all that, I have already shown you guys how it is getting prepared and all. Okay. And mostly if you talk about the activities and all, lots of standard activities are there. These all things we are going to see. Okay. So now what is happening? We have to start our configurations. Just assume that blueprint and everything is prepared. Now we have to start the configurations. So configuration means in third phase, the configuration is going to be started, and this is the longest phase. Longest phase means most of the times are going to, like, the most of the time we have to spend here for this in this phase itself, because lots of things we have to configure, right? And during every configurations, we need certain input from clients, right? So multiple discussions also will happen with the client, isn't it? So what kind of inputs we need from clients and all, these all things I'm going to explain. Okay. So when we talk about configurations, right? We have to configure this, we have to configure lots of activities, lots of processes. Okay. Now, so where you are going to configure the things? Of course, in SAP, right? So before starting the configurations, what is happening? SAP server must be ready. First of all, right? SAP server must be ready. So now SAP server is ready for everybody. Installations and everything is done. Okay. Who is going to set up these all server, guys? It's your basis consultant, right? Who is going to set up the server? It's your basis consultant. So SAP server is ready. In that server, whatever the consultants are there, for every consultant, the user ID and password supposed to be created. Who is going to set up this? This is going to be set up by your basis consultant. Okay. Now, while doing the configurations and testings, let's suppose if any technical error is going to appear, and of course it will appear later, certain dump related things will come later into picture, right? So that you guys will see like how the dump is appearing. So that is also going to be solved by basis consultant. When you talk about SAP server, setting up the SAP server, right? And then after like creation of user ID and password, if any technical problem is happening in the SAP server and all, so who is going to take care? Who is going to solve these all problem, guys? It is going to be solved by your basis consultant, right? So basis consultant is also a technical consultant, right? Okay. What is the use of ABAP consultant that I have explained theoretically in the previous session. Again, in upcoming session, multiple time we are going to have a discussions, isn't it? So you guys will come to know. That's what I says, that everything is not going to be cleared in a single session, right? Slowly, what is happening? Multiple things are going to be clarified because several time it is going to be repeated. Okay. If we talk about this topic, enterprise structure and basic setting, right? First session is going to be bit confusing for all the beginners. If you're learning this SAP first time, of course, this session is going to be bit confusing. Why it is going to be bit confusing, guys? Because if you talk about this enterprise structure and basic setting, right, it is not possible to cover this entire things in a single session. It is going to take 7 to 8 sessions, right? 7 to 8 session means what is happening, guys? That is why I said like first session is going to be a bit confusing, because in a single session itself everything is not possible to cover, right? So that's what I am saying, and each and everything are dependent on upcoming classes, isn't it? So once I cover this 7 to 8 session, entire 7 to 8 session, then you will be having a perfect understanding about this enterprise structure and basic setting. What is this? Why we are doing these all things? And again, if you talk about why we are doing these all things, what is the exact control? So for that also, what is happening? In order to understand what is the exact control, what is the exact usage of these all things, right? Again, let's suppose we have done the configurations for this enterprise structure and basic setting. What is this? I'll explain, don't worry, right? So we have done the configurations of enterprise structure and basic setting. But what is the actual control? For that, what is happening, guys? To have a look on these things, what is happening? Certain transactions, if we post into SAP, then only you will be having understanding about the actual control of these all settings. In the sense, multiple settings we are going to do, multiple configurations we are going to do, right? So you'll be able to understand the control, right? But again, for that, what is happening, guys? It is going to take another, I think maybe some 10 or 12 session, maybe 12 or 13 session. After that, we will be able to post the transactions, and after you guys will be able to. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Slowly, clarity will be the moment, like once we proceed further, right? So clarity will be increased. Okay. So don't think negative that, okay, I couldn't understand this, I couldn't understand that, because as I said, like multiple sessions are there. Once we proceed further, this is how, because if you see like multiple YouTube videos are there on this topic. In a single session, I've seen like people have completed the classes, right? So whatever is going to be explained by people in a one class, I'm going to give 7, 8 classes of that. What for? Because you guys will be having perfect clarity compared to all the people in the market. Okay, so you need to have some patience. Okay, now we'll discuss on this topic, enterprise structure and basic setting. Okay, multiple things are there to discuss. We'll discuss on each and everything. I'll explain practically, theoretically, both. Theoretically and practically both, one by one. Okay, that's what I said. It is going to take time. Okay, now, so we have to do the configurations, and configurations are going to be started from enterprise structure and basic setting. Okay, now the question is, what is this enterprise structure? First of all, why we have to set up this into SAP, right? Okay, we'll see that. Now, if you talk about this enterprise structure, look at here. Enterprise is nothing but organizations, right? So it is called enterprise structure or organizations structure. Now, enterprise structure represent the business structure of a particular organization. Okay, Enterprise structure represents the business structure of a particular organization. Now look at here. SAP enterprise structure is the initial step of your implementations. In this sense, this is very first steps of our implementations. In this sense, all the implementations are going to be started from here itself, right? All the, no matter wherever the configurations are going to happen, whether it is UK, whether it is US, whether it is India, whether it is Australia, wherever the config, if you talk about like SAP implementations, right? So when we talk about like, we have to start configurations. So the configurations throughout the world, the configuration is going to be started from enterprise structure only, guys, everywhere in the world, right? As I said, there is a kid, right? So once the kid is going to enter into school, or like, let's suppose initially what things are going to be taught by the parents, first of all, they have to start from A, B, C, D throughout the world. The same thing, right? They have to learn about the alphabets. Likewise, here into SAP also, what is happening, guys, throughout the world, the configuration is going to be started from enterprise structure. What is this enterprise structure? What exactly we are going to set up? So look at here. It is like we have to set up enterprise structure or organization structure or organization units, whatever, all are same only. We have to set up company, company code, business area, sales organization, purchase organizations, plant, right? Profit center, cost center. So bit confusion will be there. As I said, don't worry, I'll explain these things. Okay. So here, these all are related to enterprise structure, but not only from FI module, even other certain other modules also I have added here. From SD module, this is sales organization is coming from SD module, purchase organization is coming from MM module, like that, right? So now here, okay. So again, so we have to set up, right now we have to set up FI enterprise structure, financial enterprise structure, okay. But when you talk about, I have read, let's suppose I have just read out this PPT, right? So based on that, whoever the beginners and freshers are there, for those people, the understanding will be very less, right? Understanding is very less. This is, if we have to configure, what we are going to configure, these things we are going to configure here. What is this? I'll explain. Don't worry. Now, okay. What is this enterprise structure, guys? We'll see this. Now, let's suppose, so I have, from beginning of the session, what I have done, I have quoted the example of Tata Motor, right? So, first of all, if we talk about Tata Group is having multiple subsidiaries, right? Tata Group is having multiple subsidiary. Now, what is happening, guys? Let's suppose here, okay, just do one thing. Let me make like this. Okay. What is the benefit of SAP? Right? I'll tell you what is the benefits. So generally what is happening, guys, the benefit of SAP is, in the sense, using this ERP, right? Okay. Now, let's suppose if let's suppose they are using like, if they are maintaining the books of account, in the sense, like, let's suppose if SAP is not there, if they are not using SAP, they are not using any ERP, then what is happening, guys? Then they have to maintain different registers manually. right? Like let's suppose this is called sales register. So what is happening? Sales register means, so here this is your purchase register, purchase register, right? Now, so now what is happening, guys? Let's suppose whatever the sales are taking place, right? If Tata Motor has to know that what is their daily sales or weekly sales or monthly sales. So what will happen, guys? All the sales related transactions, daily sales. Today we have sold, let's suppose, certain goods to certain customers. So whatever the sales are taking place, guys, those sales related, let's suppose, transactions are going to be recorded here in this sales register, right? So it will be pretty easy for them. It will be pretty easy for them. They'll check this sales register and they are going to consolidate, in the sense they are going to manually, since the transactions are getting posted here, in the sense recorded here in sales register, right? So all the sales related transactions where it is recorded, guys, under this register only, under sales register only, it was recorded. So what is the benefit? If management want to see what is the overall sales has taken place in this particular month, so this month's sales register is going to be taken by the employee and they will check the entire, like, everyday transactions. Today it has overall this much worth of transactions has taken place, yesterday this much, day before yesterday this much, right? Likewise, in the whole month, whatever the transactions has taken place, they are going to note it down somewhere. They are going to consolidate the entire figure, day to day transactions, and then they are going to prepare a report that yes, this is the overall sales has taken place in this particular month. So look at here, guys, what is happening. If you talk about daily sales, monthly sales, weekly sales, so how it is getting prepared? It is getting prepared manually. Manually, right? Okay. Likewise, all the purchase related transactions, what is happening, guys? That is going to be posted. That is going to be recorded in a different. Okay. Now what is happening, guys? There are multiple people. What they do? They're going to note it down. Our whatever, like, day to day expenses are there, we are going to maintain a diary, right? You can write down your things in the diary, isn't it? Diary you are going to maintain, and that is a physical register, you can say, that is for you, right? You can maintain your all day-to-day expenses in a diary. So what is happening, guys? Now, so diary means it is a physical register where you are recording your day-to-day activity, your day-to-day expenses, or day-to-day revenue, in the sense, even if you have you have made payment to somebody, or you have purchased something, that is your expenses. You got money from someone, right? So whatever these things are there, that we are going to record in a diary, this is called physical register, right? Now what will happen, guys? Let's suppose if you lost that register due to any reason, then what is happening? Whatever the transaction has taken place and how much transaction has taken place, entire thing is gone, isn't it? Let's suppose Tata Motor office is there and somewhere, like, some natural calamity has taken place, tsunami came, or any flood came, or any, like, let's suppose fire has taken place in their corporate office, right? That office got fire, right? Something happened, entire register is gone. Now what is happening, guys? All the transactions, whatever is recorded in the sales register and purchase registers, the registers itself gone. Now what to do in that case? That is the disadvantage, right? When the people used to maintain or manage the registers, and let's suppose due to anything it is gone. For us also, as an individual, we are maintaining, and it went. Let's suppose it's the your diary is gone somewhere. So then what is happening? Okay, that is. So here now what is happening, guys? Now that is the major, what is say, disadvantage. Now what is happening? Instead of maintaining a diary, now what to do? Let's suppose you started writing your all day-to-day transactions. You started maintaining this in your laptop. Okay. So laptop, let's suppose if it is like you're going to specify your day-to-day transactions in your laptop, right? So in laptop, what is happening, guys? In laptop, let's suppose we are going to use this Excel sheet, right? In Excel sheet, we are going to write down all the activity, isn't it? So what is happening, guys? Now earlier physically you are going to maintain the diary. The same activity are going to happen here in a digital mode. Now you're doing the same activity, but it is happening digitally, right? Earlier sales register they used to maintain, physical registers are there. Now what is happening, guys? Now computer came, so we are going to do the same transactions, same activity, and same transactions are getting recorded into through laptop or computer, but that is digitally, right? Okay. Now let's suppose you started your entering the transactions into Excel sheet and all, right? The problem is here also what is happening, guys? It can be like, let's suppose if you lost the laptop, then what will happen? So you're having options now. Once you have maintained your register in the sense Excel sheet and all, you can save this file on a Google Drive, let's suppose. Even if you lost the laptop also, there is no problem because somewhere it is stored. Your data is stored somewhere, right? It means somewhere it is stored and the backup is already there. Even if you purchase a new laptop also, you can download that file from Google Drive and again you can maintain. Backup we have already kept on Google Drive, right? Likewise, what is happening, guys, for SAP also, the whatever things we are going to save into SAP, like let's suppose you are going to enter. So SAP server is being maintained at a different location, right? And even backup file is also going to be kept by people, right? Who is going to create this backup? Who is going to keep this backup file? All basis consultant only, right? So now even let's suppose if any natural calamity happened, if any flood has like flood came, hurricane, or else like anything happened, right? In that case, the backup will be available. So loss of data, earlier like entire things were gone. The register is, once the register gone means entire thing gone. Now here what is happening? Here there is no chances of loss of data because backups are going to be managed, maintained. Okay, that is the benefit. The second thing is, I'll tell you. The second benefit is if registers are being maintained, somebody from management side they ask, okay, what is the total overall monthly sales, right? It is going to take a complete, let's suppose 4 hours, 5 hours to prepare this report. Because first of all, they are going to see all this daily basis, whatever the sales are there, that they will note it down somewhere, right? And then whatever the sales has taken place for 30 days sales, that they have to consolidate that. They are going to add this all daily sales. First of all 30 days sales or 31 days sales, and then all together they will say that yes, this is what our monthly sales. It has, because multiple transactions. Tata Motor is not a small organization. Tata Steel is not a small organization, right? Or any organization I'm talking about. Multiple transactions are there. If you have to consolidate all the figure, it is going to take time. Maybe it has taken 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours to prepare this report. So what is happening? It is, the reports are being prepared manually. It is taking time, right? The same sales related transactions, right? Same sales related transactions are going to be, let's suppose sales related transactions are going to be posted into SAP, then what will happen, guys? So the sales related transactions are going to be posted into SAP. And if you have to see like whatever the total sales, what is the total sales has taken place in this month, you can run a report. Let's suppose you are going to, so in SAP, what is happening? You can run a report. Okay. So while running the report, what is happening, guys? SAP is saying that you just do one thing. You just give a criteria here. Like let's suppose criteria means, let's suppose from date and to date. Okay. So let's suppose it means you have to give like from date means from which date to which date you want to see the overall sales, right? So let's suppose this is what the date, right? And here, this is what the criteria you have to give. Let's suppose this is what the criteria we are going to enter. So this is the date and this is the date. So from this date to this date, I want to see the report. So what is happening, guys? Simply, we have to give this criteria, and once you execute, right? What is this execute button and how to do? You guys will come to know. But don't worry. So once we are going to enter this, then what is happening, guys? Simply, the report is going to be generated for 1 month. How much time it has taken? Since the already data are posted into SAP, right? So in order to generate the report, what is happening? SAP needs some inputs. So inputs are already available into SAP only, guys. SAP has to consolidate those things, right? SAP is going to show a consolidated figure. So inputs are already there. All the sales related transactions now we have entered into SAP. So what is happening? SAP knows that all the transactions, right? It is already stored somewhere into SAP. So simply, if you have to get the report from SAP, then what is happening? Simply, SAP is saying that you just run a report and give here from date and to date, and once you execute within a second, the overall sales will be with all the transactions will be there. That this is what the overall sales. So daily sales, weekly sales, monthly sales, quarterly sales. Easily you can see how much time it has taken. Just few seconds, right? Few seconds means maybe it has taken some 10 seconds to enter this inputs, or maybe 15 seconds or 30 seconds. After that, what is happening? You can the report will be there in front of you. In manual report, let's suppose the chances of accuracy is 99 point, let's suppose 5%. Just assume. Manual report means, of course, some possibility of human error will be there. But the report which is prepared by SAP, guys, in that, what is happening? Report prepared by SAP, in that the accuracy will be 100%, right? If you are going to perform a manual calculations here, right? Let's suppose manual calculations means, say for example, if I say like 6 plus 8 plus 9, right? Plus 11 plus, so these all things, let's suppose, right, equals how much? Two things are there. You have to calculate this manually, right? And you can calculate same by using a calculator. If you are going to calculate manually, there might be a chances of error, right? But if same calculation is going to happen through calculator, then the chances of error is 0%, right? The chances of error is 0%. If you have given the correct input, then 100% correct output you are going to get. But here, even though here correct inputs are available, but while counting, manually we are counting, right? So there might be a chances of human error, and we have given instead of 84, let's suppose whatever, like if you're going to count it, even if a small error is also taking place, then what is happening? Your entire result is incorrect. So if you talk about the accuracy, something we have calculated manually here, right? Something we have calculated manually and something which is going to be calculated by ERP, right? The accuracy will be there, isn't it? So this is what. So the difference, maintaining all the transactions manually and maintaining all the transactions digitally, right? This is what the difference. Okay. Now here, as I said, like, okay. So ERP means what, guys? I said log software, right? We are maintaining our day-to-day transactions in a diary. Now what happened? You started using Excel sheet into laptop, in your laptop, right? Now what is happening, guys? Let's suppose, so you, let's suppose now what is happening? Somebody has developed a small app, saying that you just do one thing. Why to maintain in Excel sheet? I have developed one small app. So whatever your expenses are there, that you can write here in this application itself. One side your expenses, another side your revenue. You can write in this manner. So if you want to see overall expenses, you can check this column. If you want to see overall revenue, you can check this column. Like that, let's suppose they have developed a small app. This app is nothing but what, guys? It is an ERP. It's a software, right? Okay. So likewise in SAP also, what is SAP also, guys? This is an ERP. So all the day-to-day transactions are going to be recorded with the help of SAP, right? Shalom. Till here everything is fine. Now the question is, we come back on the main topic, enterprise structure setting. What is this? Why we are going to set up this enterprise structure, right? Okay. Now the prime question is, we are going to maintain this sales register, right? Purchase register, or is like petty cash register. What is this petty cash register, guys? Whatever the day-to-day small cash related transactions are taking place, right? So those cash related expenses or cash related any transactions, small cash related transactions are going to be recorded in a separate register that is called petty cash register. On this topic also there will be a separate class. We'll discuss in details later, don't worry. So now let's suppose, okay, so here, uh, now, so what is the benefit of this? SAP, guys, multiple benefits are there. As I said, like here, this is the digital, right? So losses of data is very less. Apart from this, whatever a particular report which was taking 4 hours, 5 hours to generate a report, within a second the reports are getting generated. And another thing is, let's suppose this sales register. Let's suppose Tata group is having three subsidiary, right? One is called Tata Motor. One is called Tata Motor, right? Then we are having Tata Steel, right? Then we are having Tata Chemical, okay? Tata Chemical. What is happening, guys? In SAP now. So let's suppose if you talk about physical register, guys, physically if you are going to manage, then three registers. One is for Tata Motor, the other one is for Tata Steel, right? And again, another register you have to maintain for Tata Chemical, right? If you want to see, the overall sales, monthly sales for Tata, what is the overall sales for Tata Motor in this month? It's okay. You can check this register. Overall sales for Tata Steel, this register, and overall sales for Tata Chemical. It means three separate registers are being maintained. Okay. Now, but if you want to see overall sales for this period, in the sense this month, at Tata Group level. So Tata Group means this plus this and plus this let's suppose plus this and plus this, in the sense Tata Motor plus Tata Steel plus Tata Chemical. Then only we can say that this is what the consolidated at Tata Group level, what is the overall sales, right? Now, so how to get this, guys? So manually means again they are going to add all these three registers and all, in the sense they have to consolidate all these three figure, right? But in SAP, what is happening, guys? In SAP, it is pretty simple. In a single server itself, the transactions can be posted for Tata Motor, transaction can be posted into Tata Steel, transaction can be posted for Tata Chemical also. Where? In a single server. Let's suppose here, okay, where is my SAP? Here is my SAP. This is my SAP, right? Here. Okay. So we are going to, you double click on that. Here. Simply log in into SAP. Okay. You have to log into the SAP, and then what is happening, guys? It is, okay, now it is going to appear. So you need to log into SAP. Okay. You guys will be having here one, don't worry. And so you need to double click. Okay. It means we are going to log into SAP. Right? Okay. Now here, my system become a bit slow. Don't worry, guys. Okay. So I'll just do one thing. Now, this is the server. In this server, I have given you. Okay. So you have to log in. This is SAP server, right? In a single server, okay, you have to log in. Now look at here. This client. What is this client? There is a logic. Later on, you guys will come to know. First of all, you have to give your user ID here, right? I think some problem is there. Just give me a second. Sometime it happens in my system. Once again, double click. So you have to double click on your SAP icon. Okay. And then since you will be having a single server only, okay, so you have to double click on that. Now give your user ID. Always use your user ID because you know your user ID and your password. Okay, and if you enter the wrong password, I think 2 or 3 times, then your ID will be locked. So that is why I says everyone that keep a simple and numeric digit password only. Sometimes what happens if you have given caps, small, both, right? So if entire password you have entered in the small letter itself or caps letter, caps only, right? Sometimes your caps lock is on, right? So even though you are giving the all password in the correct way, but still caps lock is on. So what is happening? The password is wrong. So if it is like user ID is locked, in that case, don't worry. You can just send a message and I'll unlock from my side. But still, let's suppose if I'm outside and it has taken 3-4 hours. So your practice is stuck over there, right? So enter your password and press enter. Okay. So now we came into SAP, right? So this is called SAP server, right? In this server itself, you can have the data related to Tata Motor also, data related to Tata Steel also, data related to Tata Chemical also, right? In this server itself, you will be having all three data. So what is the benefit, guys? If you have to see a consolidated report, it's pretty simple. You can get that consolidated report, right? This is what the benefit of SAP. In terms of consolidations, guys, SAP is giving the best performance compared to all other ERPs in the market, isn't it? So this is what, again, another benefit. Okay. Now we'll talk about this. Now, so I'll tell you guys enterprise structure. What is this enterprise structure? Right? So now I said, let's suppose I have to post a sales related transactions. This sales related transactions. Okay. So now we have made a sale of, let's suppose, particular vehicle to, let's suppose, or is like 100 cars. sold to a particular dealer. So that dealer is a customer for Tata Motor. That transaction must be posted here into SAP, not in SAP, let's suppose register. So it is going to be entered in the register. They are going to, let's suppose, maintain these transactions. The same transaction, now what is happening, guys? So this was being maintained physically. Now what will happen? The same transaction is going to be posted or recorded into SAP, right? Now, if you are going to record these transactions into SAP, if you are going to maintain a transaction into sales register, then what is the first question, guys? These transactions belong to which subsidiary? Okay, first of all, sales register, and then in that, this belongs to which subsidiary? Whether it is Tata Motor, Tata Steel, or Tata Chemical. If this transactions belongs to Tata Motor, then that is going to be recorded in which register, guys? Tata Motors register. If it belongs to Tata Steel, in this register. If it belongs to Tata Chemical, in this register. It is going to be recorded. This is how it is happening. The same question is there into SAP also, right? I'll tell you guys, the process is not changed. Whatever the process was there 100 years back, the same process, the same activity, the same accounting entry, everything is same. In the sense, like, activities are not changed. The only process of entering the, maintenance, whatever the transactions are being like maintained earlier, like it was being maintained in the registers. Now what is happening? The physical registers converted into digital registers, right? So entire things are like that only. The only thing is the way you are going to maintain, right? Those process got changed, isn't it? But entries, activities, all are same. Earlier also we used to have customers, we used to have vendors for a particular organizations. Right now same thing is there. Whatever accounting entries were taking place 100 years back, even right now also, there is no change in accounting principle, in accounting rules, right? Everything is same. The only thing is, like, now we are using the digital register setup. So now here in SAP, the main question is, in SAP also, if you post a transactions, the question is for which subsidiary, whether it is for Tata Motor, Tata Steel, or Tata Chemical, right? So simply, if you have this, let's suppose Tata Motor, Tata Steel, yeah, physical register means on the very first page of the register, it is written here. Like, let's suppose sales register, the register name will be written, right? Whether it is sales register, purchase register, petty cash register. This is how people will come to know this is sales register. On sales register, it will be written here. Whether it is for Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, that subsidiary name will be written, right? Apart from this, let's suppose details will be there, subsidiary of, let's suppose, Tata Group. I'm typing in shortcut. Okay. Again, this register belongs to, right? This register belongs to which financial year, right? Let's suppose 20, 22, 23, right? Or 21, 22. Like that financial year is going to be specified, guys. There is a logic behind that also. That also we'll see, right? Pretty simple. So let's suppose this is the financial year, right? In that financial year, again, we are having multiple months. That is called periods, right? Period 1, period 2. It means period is nothing but month. First month, second month. So this is for, let's suppose, July, right? We have ended. The July is ended. So you just keep your July itself, or August, right? Whatever it is. So these all details are written on the very first page itself. Then what is happening, guys? This is how people are going to find the correct register, and in that the transaction is going to be recorded. This is what is happening in physical registers, right? Likewise, the same thing will be there for Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, isn't it? So when you post a transactions into registers, this is how you are going to find, you are going to check all the details, and then you found a correct register, right? In SAP, what is happening, guys? This is not a physical, this is a digital register. Same transaction is going to be posted into SAP. So same question is there, whether it is for Tata Motor or Tata Steel or Tata Chemical, right? So this register was maintained. First of all, this register was maintained, right? These things were printed, and they have simply this was pasted on the front page of register. Or else, let's suppose there is certain printing press or somewhere, like wherever these registers are being, like they're going to print the first page in such a way so that all the details will be there, like let's suppose. So now what is happening, whatever ways are there, right? Now, so into SAP, when you are going to enter the details, what we have to do, we have to set up this, you have to create this, you have to configure this. First of all, what? Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical. So that what will happen, when somebody is going to, let's suppose we are having, okay, this is called subsidiary, right? Subsidiary, we are having Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, right? A subsidiary. Okay. So now here what is happening? Let's suppose. So let's suppose you can apply a filter, right? So look at here. Now we are having filter. So okay. So if we are going to post a transactions related to if the transactions. So three options are there, right? Now this is for Tata Motor. You can select the Tata Motor only, right? So transactions is going to be posted for Tata Motor. If you need to post a transaction for Tata Steel, you can select the Tata Steel, right? And that is going to be posted for Tata Steel, isn't it? So these things you have to set up into SAP. Okay, these things we have to set up into SAP. So in SAP, whatever these subsidiaries are there, right? The subsidiaries are there. This is called company code. Okay, in SAP it is called company code, right? This Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical. Generally, it is called what? It is called subsidiary. So all the subsidiary in SAP language, what is called, guys? It is called company code. Okay, all the subsidiary. I think practically creations and all, I'll show you guys. Don't worry. So it is called company code because the explanations I am explaining the things in detail so that even beginner and freshers also will be having, you guys must be having, first of all, if you are going to do some configurations, you must be having some imaginations what for we are doing the configurations, or else it is impossible to become a consultant. Whatever configurations I am going to show you guys, it's a matter of 2 minutes. In 2 minutes the entire configurations are going to be done. If I say like 95% of the people are unable to become a consultant, that is the reason. They know all the configuration steps. It means they know how to do. They are very much expert in terms of configurations. They know how to do, but they don't know why to do, right? And if you don't know why to do, it is impossible to become a consultant. That is the reason success ratio is pretty less, because everywhere people are going to complete the session in 2 months, 1.5 months, right? So if if I have to explain, if I have to give an explanations at this level, look at here, one entire session has taken place on theoretical explanation itself. Another session is going to take place on practical for one enterprise structure, which is, if I have to explain this practically, in the sense once we are going to do the configurations, this configuration can be completed just in 2 minutes. But explanation has taken 1 hour completely, right? Okay. So now what is happening, guys? I'll come back here. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to set up a company code into SAP. At least enterprise structure setting will do here in this session itself. Okay. enterprise structure in a single session, so that at least one video will be there for enterprise structure. Okay, so it is going to take some more time, guys, maybe some 20-25 minutes. Okay, additional. So this Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, these all you have to set up into SAP. So right now what is happening, we are doing the implementations for Tata Motor. So we have to set up this into SAP as a company code. Later on what is happening, Tata Steel also you have to set up, and then after Tata Chemical also we have to set up. So these all are called company code. Okay, now this Tata Motor, Tata Chemical, Tata Steel, these all are the subsidiary of what? These all are subsidiary of Tata Group, right? These all are subsidiary of what? Tata Group. Okay, these all are subsidiary of Tata Group. It comes under Tata Group, right? So now what is happening, guys? What is called this Tata Group? In SAP language, Tata Group is called company. Okay, and whatever these subsidiaries are there, this is called company code. These subsidiaries are called company code. Company code. The subsidiaries are called company code. Okay, so first of all, what is happening, guys? We have to set up. Okay, we have to set up this Tata Group. You have to create into SAP, right? Under that, then we have to create this. We have to set up this Tata Motor. First of all, during implementations, and later on during rollout, Tata Steel, Tata Chemicals also going to be set up. So that what will happen, see, transactions, when you talk about transaction posting, guys, transactions are getting posted at this level only, whether it is for Tata Motor, Tata Steel or Tata Chemical. Transactions are not going to be posted at Tata Group level, right? Tata Group means what, guys? It is a group company, isn't it? What is there is, if you talk about the existence of Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical is there. It means you'll be finding Tata Motor as a separate organization, Tata Steel as a separate organization, Tata Chemical is a separate organization, right? If you talk about like stock market listing, so listing in the stock market, that will be there of this one and this one and this one. You won't be finding like Tata Group listing. The share prices of Tata Motor separately will be, it is listed separately, this is listed separately, this is listed separately. But since a single owner is there, of course, right? It's like, let's suppose a particular person is the owner, in the sense like, let's suppose Mr. Ratan Tata or whoever is there, right? So now here what is happening, guys? So that is why it means like it belongs to Tata Group, right? It is a group company, it belongs to a particular group, right? So this group is called Tata Group, that is going to be set up into SAP first, right? That is called company. In SAP language, it is called company. Don't be confused. You guys are going to be very much familiar and very much habituated of this word. This is just an ABC, right? Initially, when we are going to teach ABCD for our kids, for them, that itself is confusing, right? But once they proceed further, once they went to a standard 1, 2, 3, 4, then ABCD is nothing. Right? That's what I'm saying. That initially it is a bit confusing for the beginners, but later on what is happening, guys? This is nothing. This is just an ABC. That's what I said. Like this is the first session, and on enterprise structure and basic setting we are having 7-8 session, right? So there won't be any confusions. So try to listen, try to see this video once, okay? And so here in this like explanations only will be there. The configurations we'll do in next session, guys. In next session we'll do the configurations, okay? Because not only it may take some other time, some more time, because I have to explain. There are also certain things I have to explain, and once what do you say, I'll show certain, first of all, navigations and all also, and then we'll do the configurations. Okay, so now what is happening, guys? These things we have to set up into SAP. Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, this is company code. Now again, so first of all, what is happening? For Tata Motor, we have to do the implementations. Forget about Tata Steel and Tata Chemical. Tata Steel and Tata Chemical is going to be, again, for this one a rollout, and for this one another rollout. Why? Because under Tata Motor itself, we have to do lots of configurations. So first of all, one by one, phase by phase, it is going to be completed. First phase, one implementation will be done for Tata Motor. Second phase, let's suppose this implementation is completed in 8 months. Then what is happening? After that, for Tata Steel, after that for Tata Chemical. This is how it is going to happen. So Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical is going to be set up into SAP one by one in the form of company code. When you post a transactions, this transactions belongs to which company code? Whether it is Tata Motor or Tata Steel or Tata Chemical. So you must have to, at the time of posting the transactions, you must have to select whether it is for this company code, whether it is for this company code, right? Which company code? So that company code you have to select. So this company code you are going to select only if you set up. First of all, you have to create, then only you are going to select. No? If I am having option here to select this Tata Chemical, Tata Motor or Tata Steel, anyone, right? Anyone. So how can I select? I have selected, I am going to select this only. First of all, I have created, I have typed here manually, right? Then only I am having these options. In SAP, what is happening? You have to configure these. You have to configure. You have to set up this first. So we are going to set up. That is the one. Second one is, again, as I said, like, then what is happening? This is for Tata Motor, right? Or Tata Steel or Tata Chemical. Apart from this, again, if you are going to do the implementation for Tata Motor, the next question is, again, let's suppose here, I'll just do one thing, guys. Give me a second. Okay. So the next question is, what is happening, guys? Okay, chalo. This one I'll go pasting here, and this one just okay. The next question is, let's suppose this for July period. In the sense, July month. Now, the next question is, so now let's suppose we are doing implementations for Tata Motor. This is sales register, right? Again, here also I'm going to just paste it the same. And you, right now, you forget about this. Okay. Sales register itself. Now for Tata Motor. Now what is happening, guys? Let's suppose this is Tata Motor. Within Tata Motor, let's suppose they are having two different divisions. One is the manufacturing unit is there, and even service unit is also there, right? So let's suppose if they have to see the to overall sales, in the sense revenue, certain revenue is going to be, Tata Motor is having, let's suppose, their service centers also at multiple places, which is owned by Tata Motor only. So the revenue is getting generated from their manufacturing unit. At the same time, revenues are getting generated from service unit also. So let's suppose this is manufacturing unit. Okay. And this is service unit. Now, if the management of Tata Motor want to know that how much revenue generated from manufacturing unit for this period, in the sense this month, and how much revenue generated from service unit, then what to do, guys? Then again, for Tata Motor itself, we have to maintain two different register. One is for manufacturing unit and second one is for service unit. Look at here. Second one is for service unit. So if someone want to know like what is the overall sales has taken place for manufacturing unit, they are going to see this register. Whatever the overall sales for this month has taken place for service unit, they are going to see this register. And what is the overall sales has taken place for Tata Motor, then what is happening? This manufacturing unit plus service unit, right? This plus this, they will say that yes, this is what the overall sales. So manually, it is going to take time, but into SAP, what is happening, guys? Into SAP, Within few seconds they can see. So now what is happening, guys? Now, so further selection criteria will be there. First of all, while posting the transactions, this is for which company code? This is for Tata Motor. Within Tata Motor, again the next question is, this is for whether it is for manufacturing unit, or service unit, right? It is for Tata Motor. Within Tata Motor, whether it is for manufacturing unit or service unit. So now what is happening? The next criteria. While posting the transaction, the first question is whether it is for Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical. So we selected Tata Motor, right? Within Tata Motor, whether it is for manufacturing unit or service unit, that also we have to specify while posting the transaction, right? So this one also you have to set up into SAP. Why? Because now look at here the report, guys. Now they want to see the report at micro level, isn't it? So this is also going to be set up into SAP in the, this is called company code, right? Tata Motor is going to be set up as a company code. This Tata group is called company, and this is going to be set up as a, this is a different business segment. This is a different business segment. This is a different unit. This is a different unit. This is in SAP language, it is going to be set up as a, it is called, this is a different business area and this is a different business area. So this is going to be set up as a business area. Okay. As I told you guys, don't be confused. It's very simple. Nothing is there in that, right? We are going to see practically also. Okay. And within 2 minutes, I'll wrap up the session here because already it's very long explanations. We'll create these things. We are going to set up these things in next session. Don't worry, but try to understand this. So now I'll come back on the PPT. Okay, look at here. So enterprise structure, right? How the reports are required, how the people want to see the reports. In that way, we are going to set up this enterprise structure, right? So let's suppose at top level, group company, in the sense, what is the total sales for Tata Motor, Tata Chemical, Tata Steel? Consolidated report I need. This is at top level, group company, right? Group company is nothing but Tata Group is called company into SAP. Company equals to what, guys? Company equals to group company. Okay. And company code equals to subsidiary. Okay. Now, so into SAP, not into SAP, come on this PPT. So Tata Group, first of all, this is going to be set up into SAP in the form of company. Then under Tata Group, we can have multiple company codes, in the sense subsidiary, Tata Motor, Tata Steel. So right now implementation is going to happen for Tata Motor. Okay, we'll set up Tata Motor. Even this is also we are going to set up, guys, later. I have to explain lots of things, guys. One by one it will be explained, don't worry. Now, so we are going to set up this company code. Okay, and within company code again, within company code, you'll be having options like, let's suppose in Tata Motor, let's suppose we are having manufacturing unit and service unit. So while posting the transaction, that also you have to select initially itself whether this transactions belongs to which business area, right? Manufacturing unit or service unit. So this is going to be set up as a business area. This is a separate business area and this is a separate business area. So this one also supposed to be set up into SAP, right? Again, further manufacturing unit, like let's suppose multiple plants are there. Manufacturing unit is what, guys? Plants. Certain plants are being maintained in India. In India, like let's suppose Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, or whichever cities are there, right? Like that. So in that case, what is happening? This is plant, right? So look at here. The reports means at micro level, how the reports are required, guys? At micro level, at smaller, like micro level. From Delhi plant, let's suppose, what is the overall revenue? For this level, what is the overall revenue or expenses, whatever it is. I'm just explaining. I'm explaining the things in a simple way. Later on, we are going to add lots of criteria, guys, in upcoming session. I don't want to make you people confused. Okay. Whether you have learned this SAP already or you have not learned or you're learning this first time and all, I treat everybody zero itself. And of course, once I'm going to start the things and all later, if you see those things and all, then everybody will come to know that you have learned nothing, even if somebody has learned already also, right? Don't worry. So these all things we have to set up into SAP, right? And it is going to be used at the time of transaction posting, right? So while posting the transactions, let's suppose for Tata Motor, we have posted the transactions. In Tata Motor, we have selected like whether it is for manufacturing or business, right? So then only you can see the report also. For Tata Group, consolidated report. Within Tata Group, we are having company codes. For Tata Motor wise, Tata Steel wise, you can see the report. In Tata Motor again, for manufacturing business area, what is the overall revenue? For service business area, what is the overall revenue? Right? Again, in manufacturing also, for Delhi plant, right? For Bangalore plant, plant wise also, guys, directly it is not possible, but indirectly, again, that's what I'm saying, because this is just a first session itself, or the practical session, I can say, even though we have not done any configuration, but still I'm saying, right? So at micro level it is going to be, so these things we are going to set up into SAP, right? How it is going to be set up, that I'll explain in next session. Okay, how it is going to be set up, the process is pretty simple, guys, but that I'll explain in next session.